Hey everyone, here is a problem from section 7.1 in the homework that I thought would be worth going through just to see how it looks in this format. This is number 16. So in this problem, a scientist claims that the mean incubation period for the eggs of a species of bird is less than 56 days. Okay, so there's your claim. And then the first question, does this claim represent the null or the alternative? Null, remember, is H sub 0. Alternative is H sub A for the notation. And then let's see, it's a drop down. So let's see, since the claim contains or does not contain a statement of equality. Okay, so let's look at the wording. It's less than. Strictly less than does not have equality. If it said less than or equal to, something like that, then it would contain equality. So this one does not contain equality, so I'll choose that. So anytime it does not contain equality, it's the alternative. Okay, so equality is the null, not equality, alternative. So things like less than, greater than, those would be alternatives. Things like less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, those would be nulls. All right, let's see what else is next. So how should you interpret a decision that rejects the null hypothesis? So that's when you're going to go to that table that's in the notes and look it up. The claim is HA, and we're somehow coming up with a decision that we are rejecting H0. Right? So if you can reject H sub 0, that pretty much means you can support the claim. Right? So here we would say there is sufficient evidence to support the claim. But I would encourage you to look it up in that little table, right? Depending on which one is the claim, the HA or the HO, and are you rejecting the null or failing to reject the null? Okay. How would you interpret a decision that fails to reject the null hypothesis? Okay, so if it's failed to reject and still HA is the claim, if you look that up, you'll see there is insufficient evidence to support the claim. All right. In general, if HA is the claim, so if the alternative hypothesis is the claim, this word will always be support. If HO, the null hypothesis, is the claim, this word will always be reject. Whether it's sufficient or insufficient depends on this. If you reject the null, it's always sufficient evidence. If you fail to reject the null, it's always insufficient evidence. So that might help a little bit with creating those conclusions. Okay, I think that was it for this one. If you have any questions, send them my way. All right, hope all's well. See ya.